So I don't think it's too much of an issue. We don't have a pre-show. We don't have a main event. Um, I can't think of one. So really, we're in building mode. All right, where we are now for Clash of Champions is as follows. We have 5 matches. We have an NXT Championship match. Edge is going to be defending against Roman Reigns. Now, I know what you're trying to say. You're saying, well, Derek, if this is going to happen at Clash of Champions, why are we defending the NXT title tonight, right now? I will tell you, because in this specific story, Edge wants attention. He's face, but he's a good guy, but he's like also going, you know what, I'm really upset. Roman Reigns is coming in. He's taking my shine. I'm the greatest of all time champion. I haven't been on the show. I haven't been selected for TMode tournaments. Edge is a little jealous, so he's getting that arrogance, right? He's slowly turning. Now, will he turn all the way? I don't know. That's not up to me. That's up to TMode to decide ultimately. But so Edge is in his arrogance, thinking he is indeed the greatest of all time, specifically for this year, is going to put his NXT title on the line against Roman Reigns. And now when we decided, well, what title do we want to see this week, we just ultimately decided the NXT title because it fits in with Edge's arrogant storyline. He wants to be the center of attention. He wants to be booked. He's booked tonight, defending the NXT title inside of a tournament. Now, a new update that I worked on a little bit this morning before I went to work. These are all the titles that season 2 defenses. These are all the titles that we have defended so far. Raw Women. These are all the ones that we have to defend, not including these ones here. These ones here are kind of filtered out. Now these ones here, what I've decided, because they share on all 3 brands, if this one gets defended on Raw, this one gets defended on NXT, then this one has to get defended on WCW. They have to share them throughout the season. So this is how the schedule is going to play out. All right. Tonight, we are on the NXT World Championship. Next week, Women's Championship. The week after that, the White IC title. The week after that, the Cruiserweight title. The week after that, the Black Intercontinental title. That is our schedule. I've got the dates. You'll always be able to see these. It'll be no secret. And that way, we're a little bit more, structured about how we want to space and schedule these things out. Kind of similar to how they space out NBA seasons or NHL seasons or baseball seasons. That's how we're going to start scheduling these out. Okay, now, on WCW, I was going back and forth about what I wanted to do. We need to defend the $1 million title in a T-mode, and I was going to either do that Friday or next Friday. Now, because I already said that there would be a tag title this upcoming Friday, we're going to stick with that. So this upcoming Friday, 2 days from now, WCW World Tag Team Championships, Miz and Booker T defending. Next week, Dash defends $1 million title, and then the world title defended by My Time Triple H inside of the tournament. Now, his title might change. He does defend this title at Clash of Champions. So it might be Flair 88 defending right away. Notice that this is the beginning of October. We do know that on the 10th of October, there will be a NXT pay-per-view. We are going to accommodate for that because I want to include NXT pay-per-views in as well. And then after that, I believe it's Hell in a Cell at the end of October. I feel like that's okay, and that's what we want to do, especially because this season is so short. So this WCW Cruiserweight Championship will take place the day before the pay-per-view, and I think that fits just perfect. So we're just going to have to kind of schedule these out the way we need to schedule them out. Oh boy. Did I see the PS5? I did not. Papi Chulo, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Doritos. You talk too much. Sorry, man. That's what this channel is. If you don't like it, go watch somebody else who doesn't talk at all. That's how that goes. The Mother Duck King, that's right. Yo, Landon, how's it going? Yes. So this is our schedule. This is what we're going to do. And again, it's on the sheet. You'll be able to see it. And then tonight, when we are done here with the NXT World, I'll gray it out just like this. And then it'll be grayed out, and it'll be perfect. Okay? Sound good? I think it sounds good. I think it sounds pretty damn good. And I want to get started because, man, tonight, this tournament is, I think it's going to be pretty dope. So, let's get going. I didn't mean to be mean. No, you're good. You're good. Just, it's all right, man. It's just, I talk a lot. That's what I do. I'm a commentator. WWE hire him for hell's sakes. Exactly. Exactly. No, I actually don't want to be hired by WWE because they don't pay health insurance. They're pretty awful people. We begin, and I hope to God, folks, I hope to God this worked, or I'm going to be very, 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 very sad. I'm going to be very sad. I hope this worked. First match in the first round, Zack Ryder versus this guy. We're gonna hope that this worked, okay? Everybody pray. All the religious people in there pray. All the not religious people pray to Satan. We just need prayers. Prayers all around. This is not what we're hoping for, so we do got to see Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder will be making his debut tonight. Oh.
From Long Island, New York, weighing in at 224 pounds, Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder, ready to go. I think this is his debut in Season 2. He has not had an opportunity in a TMode tournament. His first opportunity this season, randomly selected, getting selected for the NXT Championship held by Edge, who is the current greatest of all time SummerSlam winner. So, will Zack Ryder be able to overcome his former mentor in Edge back when he was an Edgehead about 15 years ago? 12 years ago. All right, here we go. Here we go. Pray, pray, pray. Fuck!
And his opponent, weighing in at 275 pounds.
Can I... Okay, you know what? I did not work for 2 10-minute blocks. Hold up. I'm sorry. Okay, stop. Stop. We're going to reset the whole tournament. I'm resetting the whole tournament, and I'm going to tell you why. Dating a ginger, by the way. Ooh, talks later. Hey, yeah, I mean, get PC so we can play games, man. Are we praying Harper's beard isn't glitched? No. It's getting cold and sexy tonight. Stuff. You want to know the price of the PS5? Yes. Is it $5.99? That's my guess. We'll play some, not Jeopardy, whatever that game is. What happened to the channel points? Oh, I took those out because they need to be reworked. Finally, The Rock has arrived, but I'm late, but I'm here. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, welcome back. Landon, I almost... Oh, yeah. Fuck, sorry, I tried not to dox you, but I did. Landon, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that heavily. Thank you. Thank you. We are going to reset this entire tournament. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I did not work to get a really cool skin in the game to have it not be used, okay? So we're going to Phoenix. Yes. Okay. Zack Ryder. Alright, this is going to be a pain, but trust me, I'm hoping that this works, and it's worth it. Alright, I'm hoping it's worth it. Yes, do you see that one right there? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Spoilers. That's the one we're using. My freaking lord. Okay. Trust me, it's pretty dope. Apollo Crews! Classic WWE champ in this tournament. Graham Metalik, here we go. There he is. Is it Robert Roode? Or Bobby Roode? Changed his name so goddamn much. There he is, Robert Roode. The Brian Kendrick. There he is, Dawson. Roode is not a cruiserweight, so he will not be in contention for the cruiserweight title if beating Kendrick in the first round. Scott Dawson. There he is, and Dolph Ziggler. Okay, now we're just going to pretend that we already watched Zack Ryder make his entrance, okay? Can we all pretend? Can we all make believe tonight? Can we all do this? Okay, let's do it. If I missed any messages, feel free to say them again. Can I pick up Sasha Banks? Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Yes, you can. Is it? What? Alright, while Zack Ryder's coming out, I'm going to get that pick in for Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Sasha Banks. Let me check, just double check if she is picked. She is not. Yes, Sasha Banks is confirmed. Mandalorian. Season 2. Sasha Banks is in it. Okay, Sasha Banks is yours. You've got Harper and you've got Sasha Banks. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. What the hell? Yes, it is Brody Lee. We are going to refer to him as Brody Lee. Why? Because he has earned my respect using that gimmick in AEW, and it would be disrespectful to keep calling him Harper. I understand he's called Harper here. We're going to keep him as Harper in our data tracking, but he is Brody Lee to me now. He's no longer Harper. So we're going to call him Brody Lee. $4.99. Oh. PS5 Digital is $3.99. Uh-oh. Papi Chulo, you've got the wrong guy. Brody's attacking Zach. His name's Mr. Brody Lee. Can I say, I didn't get to watch AEW or NXT. I spent the past 2 hours of my life, 2.5, trying to put up a TV on a wall mount. It's not worth it, folks. Don't do it. It's annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. Just don't do it. Just don't wall mount your TVs. Zack Ryder getting assaulted from behind. Actually, both these superstars now in AEW. Zack Ryder now going by his name something, something, something. I don't know his name. So we're going to keep calling him Ryder till he earns that name, whatever name he's wrestling with now. But my goodness, friends, it's, whew. I mean, if yesterday was a boring as shit day, which it was pretty easy. It was a layup. I don't know why I was in a bad mood. I was in a bad mood. My internet cut out last night at midnight. Pissed me off. I wanted to either harm myself or others. It was a bad stretch of time. I went to sleep, woke up, internet was back, so I did some behind-the-scenes things, and went to work, and work went really, really well. In fact, I'm still clocked in. I should clock out. So, don't worry, I'm not stealing money from my company or anything. They just have me do this because they don't want to report me as a full-time employee, even though I kind of am. I get paid like full-time, but I don't know. I'll have to do the math on this tomorrow and correct it tomorrow, but that's okay. Out day. Fantastic. Whew. Man, what a day. So I didn't get to see AEW or NXT. If you'd like to talk to me about those, then by all means. No match for me. Oh, Matt Cardona. That's right. That's right. Thank you. Zack Ryder is Zack Ryder to WWE. Zack was a jobber. I trust Lee. Knee from the top rope. No good. Brody Lee, leader of the Dark Order, is now here in TMode. I figured why not, you know? And not only why not, like, I've actually got a pretty solid creative skin for him. I know he has that purple skull on the front. I know he comes out with a purple skull on the front of his stuff. He doesn't typically pimp the Dark Order insignias around, but I figured I want people to know he's the Brody Lee and not Harper. So I figured I would have him, you know, pimp his crew. I do also have a suit attire for him if ever he uses it. We will see. Whenever he's a manager, he should come out as the suited up Brody Lee, but we'll figure out how we want to do it. Maybe here in TMode, because I don't want to bring in a whole bunch of created wrestlers. Maybe here in TMode, Brody Lee like brings people in like Zack Ryder into the Dark Order, right? That might be something that he does. And again, I don't book anything on this show. Maybe he just does it on his own. I wanted to leave that open. Dark Order is a possible stable in TMode. Dark Order is one of my favorite running storylines on AEW right now. 7 days remaining for my sub, and I'm sad. That's true. That's true. I mean, unless you, like, I don't know, go sell drugs, like, make money, and I don't know. Beg your parents for a credit card. I have no idea. I have no idea. I know the end of the season is going to be in the end of November when we do Survivor Series. So, that will be the next opportunity for gifted subs, unless we get, like, 8 more followers tonight. And they have to not be repeated followers. Zack Ryder going to the top rope here. Might be looking for an elbow, maybe. elbow drop, elbow drop from the top rope, and Harper is going to hit his tank special, going for the pin and the win. 1-2, kick out, Mr. Brody Lee. Zack Ryder. I never remember the name of this move. Somebody help me out. That's how little I think of Zack Ryder. The layover. Going for the pin and the win. 1, 2, this might do it. 3, Zack Ryder beats Brody Lee in the first round. And hey, at least, I did a created wrestler skin for Brody Lee, right? We're going to update these things slowly. The Dippin' Dots. The Bolts fan 97, welcome to the show. What are the Bolts? Who are they? Who are the Bolts? Radio silence. Uh-oh. PS5 comes out November 12th. Oh, thanks, Clayleia. Sorry. Really? I don't think I'm going to be getting it the day it comes out, right? Because it released tonight, and everybody's trying to, like, go onto the websites, and they can't pre-order them fast enough. I think I might be waiting a bit to play PS5. I can't think of very much that I will be wanting to play, like, right away. I don't know. Apollo Crews, Grand Metalik. I'm kind of, like, upset with gaming right now. Like, when Fall Guys is Game of the Year, like, come on now. Come on now. We can do better than that, can't we? Can we not? Can we do better than that? I think we can. Apollo! He had a fantastic Season 1, defeating Kevin Owens for the classic WWE TMode Championship. This title will not be defended this go-around in this season, but he is still the champion nonetheless.
The contest is a championship first-round match. Making his way to the ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing in at 241 pounds, the WWE Champion, Apollo
Apollo Crews, WWE Champ. I really like his gear, man. Why doesn't he wear that gear more often? That yellow and black? That's nice. I like that gear. Now he's wearing all that green. I like the yellow and the black and stuff. Those are cool colors, man. I'd keep those. I like those colors. Apollo Crews is your classic WWE TMode champion. Like I said, defeating Kevin Owens in Season 1, earning that title. And his opponent.
representing Lucha House Party from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 175 pounds,
Grand Metalik. It's Lucha time. It's got the noisemaker, man. The Lucha House Party, they like being around, they like making noise, and they like wrestling. They like Lucha Libre, and they are ready to go. Now, their speed is what kills in T-Mode. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Grand Metalik is a pretty quick individual, a quick superstar. Apollo Crews is equally as quick. It'll be interesting to see how this match plays out in the first round. They're an NHL team. Oh, he calls it radio silence. Gotcha, thank you. See, like, you gave me the answer, and I didn't even know. I didn't know it was the answer. I thought you were referencing me missing Kaleileia's comment. Radio silence. What's it called, really? What's it really called? 11 viewers, Pog. Wow. Thank you. You all must be very bored, but thank you for being here. This is great, fantastic. You're all welcome to stay, make some picks if you want, and participate in the game. Tonight, I think Zack Ryder is available, Apollo Crews is available, Grand Metalik, Robert Roode, Scott Dawson, and I believe Dolph Ziggler. Brian Kendrick, I don't know, but by all means, if you want to participate, all you got to do is say, "Hey, can I have this guy?" And that's how it goes. But you can only have one pick per night. Olympic Slam taking down Grand Metalik. Look at the health difference here. The power going the way of Apollo Crews, but his momentum is not gaining nearly as high as you would expect it to. Grand Metalik fighting back. Getting in some offense here. Floats over the back, going for a back suplex. These are always beautiful. I think that's one of my favorite basic moves, a back suplex. Eddie Guerrero was fantastic at them. I'm kind of salty. Why are you salty? Yes, sir. How are you? I'm doing great today. Yesterday, not so great. I wasn't in a good mood. In fact, anybody I knew yesterday was in a pretty bad mood. It was weird. But I'm doing really, really good today, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow's going to be a great day, too. I might go see Annabellum tomorrow. He used to call it the Rough Rider. That's it. Yes, the Rough Rider. That's right. Aiden says, I want Ziggler. All right. Let me pop on over. Let me just double check that Ziggler is... Nope, he should be good. And what... Let's see, Brian Kendrick? I think Brian Kendrick's good as well. Okay, Aiden. Taking Dolph Ziggler. Alrighty. Can I pick Ultimate Warrior, Nightboy, or Nightbot Loop? Nightbot Loop. Nightbot, you're here. Nightbot. Okay, let me add in another spot. Welcome back to the game. I have to put you back in. And you're taking Ultimate Warrior. Now let me check if he's available. He is. Fantastic. I might be missing part of the match. I apologize. But it's okay. I mean, I hope it's not a really good match. Can I pick? Yes, absolutely. Just woke up at 6:12 in the morning. Oh, look at this. What is it, a tequila sunrise, or is this just a half crowd? It looks like tequila sunrise. Or sunset, one of the two. There's a Panama sunset. No, there's a Panama sunrise and a tequila sunset. And I always mix them up. Grand Metalik getting absolutely trashed here against a TMode champion. Kind of what I expect. Apollo Crews has really developed here in TMode. Beating Kevin Owens for the classic WWE TMode title. Oh, instantly gets up. Blocks a knife edge chop, a right hand, and a big boot. Apollo Crews. So close with that momentum to putting this match away. Who won the last one? The last one was a tag team, no? And it was won by, let's see, they beat the Women's Tag Team Championships, and they beat Becky and Sarah Logan. It was Nikki Bella and Brooklyn Von Braun. They are your new Women's Tag Team Champions. That episode will release on my YouTube tomorrow at noon. Can I pick? Bolts fan, absolutely, yes. Edge, I think Edge might already be taken. Yes, if you hit that link, Bolts fan, that Aiden has put into the chat, you can go and you can see what I was seeing. When you hear the sound disconnect, it's because I tabbed over. Oh, damn, did he just hit a finisher? That was unnecessary. Oh my lord, throw him in the ring, finish this match. This is awesome chants from this crowd. They're loving it. This is unnecessary damage that Apollo Crews is taking. He had this match won if he would have just kind of held his ground and threw Grand Metalik back into the ring and finished this matchup. We haven't seen much out of either of these guys other than Apollo Crews last season taking the classic WWE title away from Kevin Owens. Nice suplex there. Are trades available? I'm going to say no, because I don't want people to game the system. What happened to channel points? Channel points need to be reworked. I'm hoping to have some time. I think I have a week off coming up in early October, and I might rework the channel points during that week. Nice. There's a champion. Resetting the count. A good T-Mode champ. Apollo Crews knows what I like. Thank you, Apollo. Fuck. I mean, tell me what you want to do. Like, who do you want to trade? I feel like trades are okay as long as I approve them. Oh, okay. I mean, interperson changing is what I was thinking. No, you can't take your guy off the block and then bring him back on. It's kind of like fantasy sports. You draft them at the beginning of the season, and they're your guys. And that's it. We're up to 8. Grand Metalik I mean, he could win by count out here if he's smart. Oh, he might. He might. He's going to. Wow. Wow. What an upset. Grand Metalik winning by count out. Being sneaky. What an upset here for Grand Metalik. He moves on. Don't forget, folks, this is for a shot at Edge and the NXT World TMode Championship here on this brand. AJ Styles is not happy that Edge is the NXT title holder because AJ Styles holds the classic NXT title that is not being defended this season. And Edge is jealous that Roman Reigns has been getting so much shine this season. There's a lot of jealousy here on NXT. And now we've got Grand Metalik and Zack Ryder in the second round. Who will be joining them? Robert Roode, the Brian Kendrick. Here we go. Now, I do have a rule in TMode that if you're a TMode champ of an active championship and you get beat in the first round, you're getting a title shot. Now, because Bobby Roode or Robert Roode is not a cruiserweight, he will not be eligible for Brian Kendrick's title. So this does not apply in this situation. Bobby Roode, who is now Robert Roode. We have not seen him like at all. I can't think of a time that we've seen Bobbert Roode. Robert Roode making his way down to the ring. The Glorious One. The whole crowd singing the Glorious theme song. I should update some of these. Yeah. Don't know why if I drafted him. I drafted him last season, though. No, I think you drafted him the night we opened up drafting. That was this season. Because I have two different tabs. How about The Undertaker? I think The Undertaker is also owned by the same guy. I think Linger has The Undertaker. If you want like a pick that I would say is probably a pretty solid pick right now, our pay-per-view coming up is Clash of Champions, right? We follow along with WWE's schedule. Now, we have Ric Flair 88, who I don't believe is selected, and he is, so like if you choose Ric Flair 88 is the only one of the few superstars that we do have doubles for this season because he has multiple titles. Ric Flair 88 would be a good choice. He's going for the WCW World title at Clash of Champions. Let's see, Becky Lynch or Charlotte, are they available? Becky is not. What about Charlotte? I believe Charlotte is available. No, she is not. Meet me past Charlotte. Okay. Let's see. The next one, I've got Luke Gallows or Baron Corbin. I think those guys are both available. Velveteen Dream or Bobby Lashley. I think those guys are both available as well. Bobby Lashley is available, and Velveteen Dream, who is our current Universal TMode champ, he is available. I feel like that would be a really good pickup for you. The Brian Kendrick would be a fantastic pickup. Not only does he have a match at Clash of Champions defending the Cruiserweight title, but he also is in this tournament tonight, so you might be seeing some quick points. And that's all we really have right now. All right, sorry, Brian Kendrick, I screwed over your entrance, but our Cruiserweight TMode champ, the Brian Kendrick, has made his way down to the ring, and we begin with this match. Sorry, Aiden. Hey, if Cena gets picked or selected, he's going to be a powerhouse. He's going to be a tough beat out of a tournament. If he interferes and interjects himself into a story, I mean, we got some really, really good tournaments coming up. For the Raw brand, we have the Universal title coming up. We got the World title coming up. So they're coming up. Like we got both those championships to be defended on Raw in the coming weeks. So John Cena might be selected for those. Robert Roode. Beautiful suplex there. He is running out of energy though. Would recommend him to just take a minute. Just take a minute. Slow down. Nice sidewalk slam by the Brian Kendrick. Thank you for the follow. Skysoft23, welcome to the show. Oh, look at this. A full Nelson. They're trying to call it the full Lashley now. And I approve that. I approve that name change. Oh, Robert Roode getting out of the submission move. Continuing on here. Taking a beating to the Brian Kendrick. STO takedown. He's feeling good tonight, folks. He's feeling good tonight. Thank you for the follow, Nico SDU14. Or Nikos DU14. Welcome to the show nonetheless. Referee brings him back in at the count of 5. Robert Roode. Oh my lord, look at that, he got crossroads. Wow, crossroads. Catch to the gut, the Brian Kendrick. Gets weight detected there, arm drag takedown. He's got to stay on Robert Roode. He's got to keep getting that momentum. He has an opportunity right now. I mean, that momentum's going up pretty high. Frankensteiner going for a pin. 1. Kick out Robert Roode. Edge hasn't wrestled yet as far as I know. Edge was in a matchup. I think he was in a non-title matchup the night after. He had a one-on-one matchup against AJ Styles in a singles match for our main event. I believe the first NXT after SummerSlam. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because again, AJ Styles wasn't happy that Edge and his title got selected, but AJ Styles and his title did not get selected. AJ Styles was a little upset about that, and he ended up losing that matchup, and we haven't seen from AJ since. AJ's been real quiet, and Edge has really taken over. And then we saw Roman Reigns kind of come in and take over, and Edge didn't like that, so Edge is more than happy to defend his NXT World title tonight in this tournament format. One of these now 6 men will be competing against Edge tonight in our main event for the NXT TMode Championship. Robert Roode with a spine buster, getting a 2 count. The glorious DDT might be in the future of our Cruiserweight TMode champion. Rolls to the outside. He needs to take a second. Compose himself. Doesn't want to get hit with that DDT. Has him on the outside. Big shot. Elbow says nah. Robert Roode throwing him back into the ring. Saying, you can't escape me. You can't escape this. What's about to happen to you? The glorious DDT. Flattening Kendrick. And he's going to go straight into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Robert Roode brings the young man, well, veteran, back into the ring. Hits the glorious DDT. And what a glorious victory for Robert Roode. Glorious, fantastic. Robert Roode moving on. This is the first time I think we're seeing Robert Roode since maybe even before the beta season. It's been like 7 or 8 months since I feel like since we've seen Robert Roode in T-Mode. It's good to see him back and in such great form. He moves on to the second round, and we move on to the final matchup in the first round of this tournament. Scott Dawson, Dolph Ziggler, here we go. Cruiserweight Championship held by Brian Kendrick will be defended on the 9th of October. So he has that to look forward to. Ladies and gentlemen, he is part of the Revival. Scott Dawson. He's a friend of Team Profit.
Representing the Revival from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, weighing in at 223 pounds, Scott Dawson.
He's a team friend of Team Profit. Because his partner, his tag team partner, and his #1 guy, Dash Wilder, is not only the Lord of Darkness TMode champ, he's also the $1 million TMode champ. My guy, Dash Wilder. So Scott Dawson's a good guy for me. I want to see him do well. I like Scott Dawson. You know, we have mutual friends, mutual business partners. So I'm hoping that he walks right through Dolph Ziggler here tonight. We'll see. I'm out. Good night, guys. Have a good night, Aiden. Thank you for dropping by. Oh, but tonight, I mean, no. Making some food. Be right back. Just got home. No worries. Will he steal the show tonight? Here comes Ziggler.
Weighing in at 218 pounds,
Dolph Ziggler. I feel like he, again, like every year I say this in the game, like he has the potential to do things. He just never gets the job done. Will it be different for him in T-Mode in Season 2? Or will we see a similar Ziggler from what we saw in Season 1? Season 1, he had some opportunities. He failed every single time we saw him in a tournament. Not much going on for Ziggler. Can he change the tide in this tournament matchup here? He's got a lot of fans. They're cheering for him. Here we go. And they tie up, of course. Scott Dawson, a traditional wrestler, is going to opt for a tie-up to begin almost every match. Oh, wow, whoa. Referee warning with that close-fisted strike in the corner. After the separation was mandated by that referee, looking up in the fireman's carry position and dropping him down. And a tie-up for the second time. This time, Scott Dawson with the power advantage. Had Ziggler up against the ropes. Referee's going to mandate another separation. Look at that. Scott Dawson, you know, doing the right thing. Not taking a cheap shot. And gets a float over DDT for his trouble. Knife edge chop to Ziggler. Ziggler dodges, hits a mule kick to the gut. Float over neck breaker. Takes down Dawson. Oh, he was trying to go to the top rope. Ziggler's trying to get fancy. Pretty early in this matchup. Oh, he's got sleeper hold. Oh, dear. Rear naked choke. He's right near those ropes. Scott Dawson knows where he's at in the ring. Gets the rope break quite easily. Running clothesline. Ziggler getting a little bit of a heater going on here. 35%. Pretty good health. Feel like he has the speed advantage here on Dawson. But I think Dawson might be a little bit better in the momentum and the power. And I feel like he's going to be able to string together moves better than Ziggler will. Irish whip into the corner. Scott Dawson. Oh, look at this. He's got the crowd counting. He's stomping a mud hole in Ziggler. Breadsticks are in. How about the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy? Let me check. Let's take a look. Jeff Hardy is available. Bolts fan, if you would like to choose Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy is a T-Mode champion. That would be a pretty decent pick. Didn't Jeff win? Yeah, okay, all right, you got Jeff Hardy. Didn't Jeff Hardy win? Let's see. I feel like it was late in Season 1, but I think he won a tag title. So I think Jeff Hardy's a tag team champion. I hope I'm not missing too much. He is an NXT Classic Tag Champ with old school Shawn Michaels. Dawson is all but even this matchup in the health department. Damaging the midsection of Ziggler. Ziggler catches him with the front face lock. Slaps away that grapple attempt and hits him with a backbreaker. Dawson gaining some momentum here. Let's go Dawson. I am biased in my commentary for Dawson here tonight. I want to see him do well. Dash Wilder has won the WWE CW T-Mode Championship. He has won the Lord of Darkness T-Mode Championship. And he has won the $1 Million T-Mode Championship. He's a powerhouse. 1, 2. That's kicked out by Ziggler. And now I want to see his tag team partner do something similar. These guys are that damn good. Dawson with the short clothesline. Has a finisher. He could easily put this match away if he's smart about it. Ziggler with the reversal. Dropping Dawson down again. Going for the pin. Is it enough for the win? 1, no. Dawson kicks out immediately. Stomp and Dawson rolls out. Look at this. Look at this. Ziggler taunting. Catches him with a kick to the gut. And a flashy neck breaker. Dawson says, I don't think so. Leg lariat takes him down. He has a finisher ready to go. And he's gonna try to tap him out. It's like an inverted figure 4. An inverted figure 4 to Ziggler. Is this going to be enough to tap him out? And he has no choice. Dawson winning this matchup easily and eliminating Dolph Ziggler from this tournament. No Dash Wilder needed. Fantastic. Good job. That was well played. Avoiding the stomp, rolling to the outside, allowing Ziggler and his ego to taunt. The taunt gave him just enough time to take the advantage in the match, hit that inverted cross, figure four leg lock, and tap out Ziggler with ease. Scott Dawson moves on to the second round, and we are moving on to the second round as well. We're going to go back to the top of the bracket. Zack Ryder taking on Gran Metalik. Now, don't forget what the prize is, ladies and gentlemen. The prize for all of these gentlemen tonight is a match against the greatest of all-time champion and the NXT World TMode champion, the Rated R Superstar and the defending Superstar of the season, Edge. Who will win this tournament, gain that fantasy point, and have that main event match one fall tonight? Sorry, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Zack Ryder. I'm sorry. I am not a fan. Yet, I see skills in him. I see he has potential. I'm not a fan yet of Zack Ryder, but he did pick up an impressive first-round win against Brody Lee. Will he be able to continue that momentum here against Gran Metalik? Now, Gran Metalik, in his first matchup, has a win over the classic WWE TMode champ Apollo Crews, but it was by countout. Gran Metalik stealing his way into this second round. We'll see how he does here. Gran Metalik. Ladies and gentlemen, this Friday is when we will be streaming WWE 2K20 next. But tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, when I'm done watching Antebellum, I will come home, I will download Battlegrounds, and we will be playing some Battlegrounds tomorrow night. And I'll probably play that until I get sick of it. We're going to try to figure out if that game is playable on this channel, if it's a game I want to try out, if it's a game I want to, like, incentivize people to play. You know, maybe get some fan or viewers or whatever in here to play against each other. I don't know what I want to do with that game yet because I don't really research games before I buy them. I like to be surprised. I like to see what they present to me. I don't like reading about it and buying it off of that. So we will see what Battlegrounds entails tomorrow night. Match begins here, Zack Ryder. Oh, neck breaker. A little bit of a complicated setup for that neck breaker. But he pulled it off. A knee drop. And then on Friday, we will be seeing the WCW Classic Tag Team titles, currently held by The Miz and Booker T, defending in a Tag Team TMode tournament. We will be making those selections tonight after this tournament is over. Stay tuned for that. Gran Metalik hitting his comeback. Catches. Wow. Zack Ryder smartly rolling out. Gran Metalik had a signature, and he's gonna try to get Ryder back into the ring. Ref says, nah, 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 nah. You're staying in the ring this time, buddy boy. Standing Spanish Fly takes down Grand Metalik. Sorry, Grand Metalik taking down Ryder. Up and over. Grand Metalik gonna grab some approval from the fans here. The fans are on their feet. That Spanish Fly got them excited, man. Grand Metalik is interacting with this crowd, and they are responding. German suplex. No, Ryder with the reversal. Right hand. Another right hand. This time it staggers Grand Metalik. A knife edge chop drops him to a knee. Zack Ryder. Oh, tossing him into the ring. Ryder's got to be very careful here. Grand Metalik with a signature. This match could end really fast. Remember, damage retention in these later rounds. These later rounds can go by real quick. Too bad Hawkins didn't get in this one. Former Edgeheads, that's right. Zack Ryder is looking for some redemption here. I mean, it's been 12 years, 1-2, since he was in the Edgeheads. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, I would argue they haven't really had their opportunity. Ryder had a little bit of an opportunity with the United States Championship. I remember Ryder being selected for a WWE Championship defense, I believe against Sheamus, and that ended real quick. Other than that, though, I haven't seen much from Ryder or Hawkins. Maybe here in TMode they can change that tune. Grand Metalik, oh, look at this. Zack Ryder is instinctively rolling away. Grand Metalik gonna go for it. The knees came up. He landed. I think maybe he caught his toes. Grand Metalik picks him up, dropping him down, and he's going for the pin. 1. Is this enough? 2, 3. Grand Metalik beating Zack Ryder, and he moves on to the finals. You gotta watch out for these Lucha House Party members. They're sneaky, they're fast, and even if you get them with a reversal, they're that quick that they can hit you with their finisher and end the matchup, and that's exactly what Grand Metalik did. He did what he needed to do, beating Zack Ryder, and look at that. Posing for the crowd. He was with the crowd the entire match, and now he's in the finals. And he has an opportunity for a fantasy point and to face the NXT TMode champion Edge, who will be joining him. Both of these men have excellent facial hair. Will it be Robert Roode or Scott Dawson? So, AEW and NXT, was there anything happening on those shows? Did anything crazy happen? I don't think so. I haven't looked because I don't want to spoil myself. We just got the TV set up, so tomorrow morning I will... I will likely watch them tomorrow morning. Nice! I wonder whatever happened to Jeff Hardy. I know Matt Hardy went to AEW. Whatever happened to Jeff? Jeff's on SmackDown. He's the Intercontinental... He's one of the 3 maybe Intercontinental champions. He's in a title dispute with AJ Styles and Sami Zayn, which I think if they have that match at Clash of Champions, a triple threat, it's going to be excellent. It's going to be so good. And then, of course, whoever doesn't get pinned, they'll have that match at Hell in a Cell, and it's going to be excellent. And then at Hell in a Cell, Undertaker can come back and screw over AJ Styles, and they can have a second WrestleMania match. It's going to be excellent. Or AJ goes to NXT to avoid Paul Heyman. Something, I don't know. Bobby Roode. I like to call him Bobby. The Glorious One, hitting an excellent, I mean, well, just like a picture-perfect matchup earlier against the Brian Kendrick. Hitting the Glorious DDT, winning the match just straight up. It was just like a straight-up match. Yeah! Here's my pick, though. I mean, if I don't have a dog in this fight, nobody from Team Profit is participating in this tournament tonight.
And his opponent, representing the Revival from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, weighing in at
Dawson ready to go. Now, if I'm being picky, no one on Team Profit is available tonight. No one's participating. At least not yet. Maybe they'll interfere. Who knows? But I like Scott Dawson. Scott Dawson's a good friend of Team Profit. I'd pick him if I had another slot. I'd get the greatest tag team, FTR, the Revolution, the Revelation, whatever their name is. The Retribution, whatever their name is. Yeah, FTR. I would get them as a tag team in my team. I just don't have a space. I don't have a spot for Scott Dawson. And he doesn't hold the championship, so I need Dash Wilder. Now, ideally tonight, I would love to see Scott Dawson take away that NXT championship from Team Linger and hold it for himself. I think he could do it. Let's see. Let's see if I'm right. Neckbreaker to start this match out. Taker's done, I think. Yeah, he might be. Might be. But then again, maybe not. Like, I don't know if that's really how he wants to end his career on a cinematic match. I feel like he wants to end it on a legit match. That would be my guess. I would love to see AJ and Finn versus Brothers of Destruction and you know, Brothers of Destruction retire. I would love to see that. I've always said that Undertaker and Kane need to retire together. It would just be a cooler way for them to retire, but I don't know. We'll see. I saw that Lesnar went back to the UFC. Taker's done. He said it on the news. I forgot when. Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see. Nope. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. The way AJ still talks, and the way, like, everybody still talks, like, oh, I kind of want to be the one, you know? It's like, yeah, that documentary, yeah. But, I mean, well, shit, Edge was, like, filming a documentary, a similar documentary, and came back during the documentary. So, like, it's up to Undertaker, ultimately. And, I don't know, ending on a cinematic match, I feel like that's okay. I don't know, I just don't think that that would be something that Undertaker would want to do. Even if he said so. I just don't feel like that's what he would do. After bad matches, he had to come back to go out on a good match. I agree with you, but I don't think he would consider that a match. I feel like he would consider that like a segment. Maybe he does. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't feel like that's a match. Like, when you look up Undertaker's last match, and it's that, it's like, The storyline wasn't really about his legacy. It wasn't about him retiring. It was more about AJ Styles wanted to put him out and kept bringing up Michelle McCool. So it wasn't really about The Undertaker at all. It was about Mark Calloway, right? And I feel like he wants to... I feel like he would have a better match going out as The Undertaker, not Mark Calloway. Going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Yo! Rude! With the spine buster. Moving on to the finals. Rude versus Edge would be pretty dope. That would be pretty dope. But we got one more matchup here to determine who will be in these finals. Will it be Robert Roode? Will it be Grand Metalik? Someone is getting an opportunity at the NXT TMode Championship held by Edge. Who will it be? Who's getting that fantasy point? Who's getting that star? We're about to find out. And then if they ever go back to Saudi Arabia and that paycheck is big, he coming out of retirement. I'm telling you. I think he should have retired staying undefeated in WrestleMania by beating Lesnar, but they decided to have Lesnar defeat the streak. I feel like the correct move was having him be defeated. I thought it should have been Bray Wyatt a couple years before.
Representing Lucha House Party from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Weighing in at 175 pounds, Grand Metalik.
That's where I would have ended the streak, and I would have had Bray Wyatt, and of course Undertaker would have had to stay retired for this to work. He would have continued the WrestleMania streak. As a face, he would have continued it in Undertaker's honor, or if he does it as a heel, then he would have done it to say, I beat the streak, this is my streak now. And then for like past 6 years, he would start his own streak. How long has it been since Bray fought him at WrestleMania? Did he fight him at WrestleMania? Or am I remembering it wrong? I feel like he did fight Taker at WrestleMania. Might be wrong, though. Maybe I'm wrong. See, so he had Punk, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Edge a while ago, Batista, and then this past year it was AJ Styles. Before Punk? I think it was before Punk. Yeah, I would have had Bray Wyatt beat him. Because they're both supernatural entities. Have Bray Wyatt take over that, but WWE didn't want to do anything with Bray Wyatt, so they let him kind of stall and spin his wheels for 5 years. It was really sad. 31? And we're on 36 now? 37? Yeah, so like 6 years. Whew. Robert Roode here is just loving that the crowd, even though we have heard this entrance and this crowd sing this 3 times a night, they are not getting quiet. They are not getting sick of this. They're loving it, and so is Robert Roode. He is having a great return to the ring here in TMode. He's got one more win here. A win here will give him a #1 contendership opportunity against Edge and the NXT Championship. It'll give him a fantasy point in TMode. Robert Roode taking on Grand Metalik, who has been very crafty in this tournament. He has been very skillful in this tournament. This should be an interesting final here. Strong right hand from Roode to begin this match. We're going to be ending this tournament right about on time with no main event and no pre-show tonight. But that's okay. I expect it. I've got a big day tomorrow. I do still kind of want to grind some Fall Guys tonight because I didn't get everything that I wanted done. Grand Metalik hitting his comeback, going for the pin on Roode. 1 kick out Roode. So, I mean, tomorrow's a busy day. It's a busy night with Antebellum and work, and then when I get home, Friday should be pretty easy breezy, so there shouldn't be any worries there. Grand Metalik has a signature move. That Spanish fly mat, it gets people out of their seats. Look at that. When Grand Metalik is in action, this crowd doesn't want to sit down. Damn the kids in the back who can't see. They should have paid for better seats. That's what this audience is saying right now. They don't care. They want to see Grand Metalik do some work. His full body weight going into the chest. Robert Roode very wisely using the possum there to get out of that situation. He's got to be super careful. A finisher is in the pocket of Grand Metalik. Look at this, Roode. So choosing like high impact maneuvers, big gainers in the momentum. Is it going to be enough though? He's at 62%. He still has 40% momentum to get. That's going to help him out. He does get the positivity buff, and he is going to go to work on Grand Metalik. Neckbreaker draped on that middle rope. He's up to 82%. That is a very smart and wise taunt there used by Robert Roode. Roode could be a force. I think so. I like Robert Roode when he was in TNA. I as well. Yeah, Beer Money. Absolutely. Beer Money, and then even, wasn't he a part of Fortune or something like that? Wasn't he a part of the Main Event Mafia or something? Like, even after Beer Money, both face and heel runs, he was a part, he betrayed James Storm, and then he was a part of like a big group. Do you guys remember what it was? It was either Ric Flair's Fortune or Main Event Mafia. I forget which one it was. But yeah, Robert Roode's been good in TNA. Like, he was always good in TNA. I always liked Robert Roode. And, of course, his run in NXT as the Glorious One was excellent. When they moved to SmackDown, that's when his career died. It's sad. It's too bad. I think he got reversed here. Because he's down to 35%. And Gran Metalik is sitting with a signature again. Bumps him off the ropes. Going for a catch. No good there. Rude catches him. And again, he's going to go for this move. Oh, my lord. No, he flips him over this time into like a neck breaker maneuver. Going for the pin here. 1, 2. Like almost like an attitude adjustment. An FU of sorts to Gran Metalik. Metalik catches him. Going to the... Might be going top rope here. No. Ooh, he's going to go for a pin. All right. 1, 2. Oh, not... Oh, close to a 2 count. Robert Roode getting back to his feet. That's going to give him some momentum there with that kick out. Shot to the gut. Gran Metalik going to flip him. Is he going to hold for a pin here? No, he's not. Not going to hold for a pin. He does have a finisher. Oh, Metalik misses. Metalik catches. Spanish fly. No, Robert Roode had it scouted. Elbows to the head. Spear by Roode. Negative impact here for Gran Metalik. A perfect reversal for Robert Roode. He's going to go for the pin. 1, 2. It's a kick out by Metalik. Jeff Hardy should have stayed in TNA. It was a better storyline there than WWE. I agree, but I think for his health, his physical health, I think WWE's a better place for him. And I think he's going to have better storylines coming up in WWE. I think he can still go, and he could challenge like people like Roman Reigns. I feel like that's a possibility. Big spine buster. This is what won Robert Roode his second round matchup. Will it win him the finals? 1, 2, 3. It does. Roode wins. Roode takes the fantasy point and will be facing Edge for the NXT TMode Championship in tonight's main event. What a fantastic tournament of some guys who really we haven't seen a whole lot of. Robert Roode's going to be getting his star. And he's going to get an NXT Championship opportunity here. Robert Roode. Final matchup. Here we go. Title on the line.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT Championship.
Yes, sir. For the final time tonight, Robert Roode gonna make his entrance this time for an NXT Championship match, winning the TMode tournament and a fantasy point. A title might be around that glorious waist very, very soon. Gran Metalik's finisher's gone. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm wondering if he tried to go for it, and when Roode elbowed him, it took it away. I must have missed it. Robert Roode, the new #1 contender for the NXT TMode Championship. Edge is the defending champion. Robert Roode with the glorious DDT, the spine buster, the classical technical wrestling ability. Veteran, been in this business about just as long as Edge has. Guys are about the same height, about the same weight. This should be a pretty even matchup for Robert Roode, and this is a great opportunity to become, once again, an NXT champion. In history, in real life, only Finn Balor has accomplished that feat. In T-Mode, Big E and Robert Roode possibly will be members of that exclusive club. Rude would love nothing more than to be the locker room leader, the NXT TMode champion of the NXT brand. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Rated R Superstar, Edge. Ladies and gentlemen, the end of Season 1, the NXT TMode champion was entered into the greatest of all time TMode tournament, culminating at SummerSlam, winning it all, becoming Superstar Season 1, and lingers heavy hitter on his fantasy team. Edge, your NXT TMode champion, was crowned greatest of all time for 2020. As the reigning superstar of the season, Edge has garnered a rivalry with Roman Reigns. If you look at the sheets, Roman Reigns has the Hardcore TMode Championship for the NXT brand. He has the United Kingdom TMode Championship for the NXT brand. Edge doesn't like being overstepped or overshadowed by Roman Reigns. It'll be a battle of the spears at Clash of Champions.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, the glorious Robert Roode.
Robert Roode, look at him, man. He's ready to go. He's in great shape. But man, he's tired. You can see the sweat.
The champion from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds. He is the NXT champion, the Rated R.
Say, yeah. That's right. That's right, Edge. Now, I am going to say that, selfishly, Linger's in the lead here. I think he's got 3 fantasy points. I need to see Linger lose one of his championships. That's what I need to see here tonight. And I would love nothing more than that guy to take that title off to be Robert Roode. Robert Roode not owned by anybody in the chat. Nobody taking the opportunity to draft Roode. So I don't really care. But seeing as how Linger is in the lead, he's above me by 1 point in the standings right now, I would love to see Edge lose. If I didn't have any dog in the fight here, of course, I would love to see Edge retain. But I do have a dog in the fight. Let's go, Robert Roode. Big spear. Look at him. He hits the spear right away. Right away. Sending a message to the NXT TMode champion. My guy. Lol. Defend. Roman Reigns, interfere, please. That would be dope. In an audition for Roode. It's an audition for Roode. In lead by 2 points, isn't it? Oh, maybe. Oh, Edge hits the DDT, and that's very, very, very close to a glorious DDT. 1, 2, right away. 3, Edge defends. It's a long tournament. Edge wanted to prove to Roman Reigns, I don't matter. Put my title on the line in a TMode tournament. I'll easily defend. Doesn't matter. The cream can rise to the crop, and I will defend the title. And that's exactly what Edge set out to do tonight. Prove that he is the leader of NXT. He beat AJ Styles when the season began, and at Clash of Champions, he is going to prove the same to the United Kingdom TMode champion and the Hardcore TMode champion, Roman Reigns. This is going to be truly a Clash of Champions. In about 3 weeks, Roman Reigns versus Edge for the NXT TMode Championship and basically the top guy spot on the NXT brand. Edge proving his point tonight. Roode, after Roode had to go through Kendrick, Dawson, and Grand Metalik to face the NXT TMode champion. Hey, that's what TMode is all about. That's what TMode is all about. The champions have earned their spot, and it's hard to knock them off. Now, we didn't have any interferences. It was a clean tournament tonight, which is really rare for NXT. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to draft here for the classic WCW Tag Team Championships, and we're about to find out who is going to be in the game, in the tournament for Friday night. Edge defending here tonight. Fantastic. fantastic. That's it. That's what I was hoping for. I wanted to see Edge retain his title. He does have a big match against Roman Reigns this in a few weeks. So that is kind of what I was hoping for, but yeah, I mean, it worked. It worked. It worked. Even if Bobby Roode would have won, I still could have pulled it the way I wanted. Do I not have champions? Oh, I don't think we're using these championships. I don't remember why these are vacant. I don't remember why these are vacant. I don't remember. Okay. All right, on Friday, I believe we are on WCW 4 this week. The 4th arena. Last week we were on WCW 3. It was the New Japan arena. I don't remember what arena this is, so we're going to go with it. I have also updated this Team Tornado KO match. We'll find out if this is better. We'll find out if this is better. I have added the stipulation that falls count anywhere. So even if they do assault each other on the ramp, they will still be able to go for pins and such things. So we'll see if this improves our tag team division the way we would like to see it improve. All right, here we go. We are going to hit random selections on these. It's 5-3. Oh, okay. This is what happens, Clay Elliott, when you ask for Edge to defend. My guy proved he's up to the challenge. That's right. All right, here we go. Random. I'm just going to do this quick, and then we'll go through. All right. Right up at the top, Lashley, Cassius. Oh, no. All right, I'm going to go back. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you guys in so that you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to go to my thing here. I'm going to go Bobby Lashley. This will be his second TMode tournament. What about Cassius Ohno? Ohno will be making his debut. Okay. We got the Rock and Sock Connection. The Rock. 500 belt version. Or $500 shirt version. I like that jacket, Rocky. And Mankind. Let's take a look. Now, does anybody have The Rock? I don't think so. No. Nobody has The Rock. Okay, so it is official that $500 shirt will be The Rock that we use for this season. That's the version we're using because I don't like doubles and I don't like two different versions of The Rock. So this version of The Rock, $500 shirt, is the one we will be using, and his tag team partner is, of course, Mankind, who will also be making his debut. The Rock and Sock Connection will be a team. John Cena, we were talking about this earlier. John Cena is going to be selected for this tournament, and he is partnering with No Way Jose. Let's check to see if both these guys are eligible. John Cena will be making his debut. No Way Jose will also be making his debut. What about Stone Cold? Stone Cold will be making his debut, and his tag team partner, the man we saw tonight lose pretty quickly, the classic TMode WWE champion Apollo Crews. Now, Apollo Crews will be having his second TMode, so he is available. Now, the reason that I'm checking these is because they cannot have more than 3 attempts. Well, they can in this. Actually, I don't know why I'm even checking these, because in tag team, it doesn't matter. But I do want to at least check just to see where these people are at. Shane McMahon and Demon King. Okay. Shane McMahon will be entering his second team mode, and Demon King is going to be debuting for this season. Now, Demon King is not Finn Balor. Demon King is Demon King Balor. He is part of the Undead Army, and this is his last season with us here in T-Mode. So let's see if we can get him a title before he goes. Tony Nese and Rusev. Tony Nese has an upcoming Cruiserweight Championship opportunity against the Brian Kendrick. Tony Nese will be in his second T-Mode tournament. Rusev will be making his debut. Razor Ramon and Roderick Strong. Okay, Razor Ramon and Roderick Strong. Now, real quick, I want to see. Yes, Razor Ramon is owned by Welsh Corgi in the chat. So Razor Ramon is the one we will be choosing. He'll be making his debut. And his tag team partner, Roderick Strong. Now that's Razor Ramon, correct? Yes. Roderick Strong, EC3, Big Boss Man. Okay. Roderick Strong will be making his debut. EC3 will be making his debut. And Big Boss Man will be making his debut. A lot of debuts coming up on Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, for the WCW World Tag Team TMode Championships. Now, the only thing I'm going to check right now is the attires and such. The who is and who isn't. All right, let's see. Cena, Stone Cold is owned by Meat Meat. Nice, this is good. Weight Profit, Finn Balor is selected. Right, but Finn Balor is not Demon King. Demon King is different. Splash Mikey, welcome to the show. How do I join? All you got to do is select a superstar, man. Balor is selected. Yes, I know, but Demon King is not Finn Balor. Those are not the same people. Because Demon King is part of the Undead Army. Just like Braun Strowman is not Swamp Father. Is Roman open? He is not. He was selected. Tyler Darby, John Cena, and The Rock. Tyler Darby, John Cena is selected. The Rock is not. Tyler Darby, if you would like to select The Rock, he is available. Oh, I thought since he was a separate Balor. No. So the Undead Army I'm treating differently because I've always wanted them to be something different. Almost like in Pokemon, the first movie, when there's Pikachu and then there's evil Pikachu. Or inverse Pikachu. Right, like that's kind of how I was setting up the Undead Army. Tyler Darby has selected The Rock. Okay, Tyler Darby, I'll get that in there for you. Welcome to the game, friend. Let me grab John Moxley. John Moxley is indeed selected already. I apologize. Of this lineup that will be competing on Friday night, good picks are as follows. I think Apollo Crews is a fantastic pick. I think No Way Jose teaming with Cena could be a great pick. Mankind is a good pick. Lashley is still unowned. Velveteen Dream is still unowned. Those two are great picks. Tony Nese has a Cruiserweight TMode Championship opportunity at Clash of Champions, and he's in this tournament. That's a great pick. I think Miz and Booker T are still both available. Those are great picks. Seth Rollins. I believe Rollins is selected. Splash Mikey, you all are, let's see, Splash Mikey, you would like to grab Matt Riddle? Okay, I think Matt Riddle is available. Let me check, is he on this roster? Like, I haven't seen Matt Riddle. Yeah, he is, okay. Bro. Matt Riddle is in. Yeah, Seth Rollins. Okay, let me check. I think Seth Rollins is owned. Oh, you know what? Maybe he's not, actually. Oh, he is. The Beamer has Seth Rollins. Splash Mikey, you're in. You guys are also welcome to make another pick on Friday night when we go live again. So not only do you get the picks that you're picking right now, you will also get a pick on Friday. Followers get up to 3. That's why they're in the green here. If you subscribe, you'll get up to 7. And then this tournament will go until the end of November. Or this series, this fantasy game will go up until the end of November when the Survivor Series pay-per-view is announced and finished and complete. Can I just stay on NXT? So here's how it works. Splash Mikey, you have chosen Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle is just a character, okay? Now, he is going to be able to compete for any of these titles. All of these titles are available. The ones that are in green we are going to have these championship tournaments. If he is selected for these tournaments, or if he interferes in a match and he is booked for a storyline, then he will challenge for championship titles. Okay? So that's how it works. I don't choose who's on which brand. The only thing that are brand specific are titles. So Raw has most of the WWE titles and the Raw championships. The Lord of Darkness title and the $1 Million title and the Women's Tag title are shared between the three. NXT has, of course, all the NXT titles, the ECW titles, and the Intercontinentals, as well as the NXT and tag stuff. And then WCW has all the WCW titles, the United States titles, the Cruiserweight titles, and the SmackDown and Divas titles. So, I mean, you can always come here. If you come here to roster, you can always take a look at what is going to happen. I don't want to go to the big brand. Yeah, there's no big brands, so only the titles are on the big brands. Brock Lesnar is already selected. Yeah, superstars are able to attend any brand. I want Riddle to go for the NXT Championship. I don't choose that. So the difference between interactive, which is probably what you're thinking about, right? If you're selecting a superstar, this is fantasy, okay? Meaning that here's my lineup, okay? I have Eddie Guerrero. I'm going to highlight it for you. I have Eddie Guerrero, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Dash Wilder, and Nikki Cross. I don't control when these people show up. I don't control anything. The only thing I will get to control as their representative, as their Paul Heyman-like figure, is if Eddie Guerrero gets attacked by, let's say, Jon Moxley, then I would get to say, okay, I want a pay-per-view match. And then if I get to choose the stipulation or whatever the storyline might be, I might say a tables match or something like that. Or if Eddie Guerrero wins Money in the Bank, then Eddie Guerrero's going to get to choose when he wants to go in, meaning I get to choose, okay? That's the only real choosing that happens, the choice that happens here in TMode. TMode is very much we let it control itself and we watch. Very few times do we actually get to choose anything. We're just choosing people who we think are going to win. Edge defended tonight. Yes, Edge is still your NXT TMode champ. Tyler Darby says The Miz. I think that's a fantastic pick. I think it's an underrated pick, and he is available. Would you like to confirm The Miz? Oh, Tyler Darby, you already made a pick tonight, so you would have to make that pick on Friday. Yeah. But yes, I think that's an excellent pick on Friday. Now, you do not get any fantasy points for defending a title. You only get points for taking things. So if you win the TMode tournament, which Robert Roode did tonight, then you're going to get +1 fantasy point. Now, if one of you had Robert Roode, you would have gotten that fantasy point. Nobody did, right? You'll also notice that, by the way, the Payback pay-per-view is highlighted here. That's just going to keep it easier in my head for when the tournaments were, when the pay-per-views were, and that'll be easier for us to discern and distinguish. We don't need these anymore, so I'm gonna... Let's hope my guy wins the tournament and wins the championship. That would be cool. One day I'll win a tournament and a title. I know, wouldn't it be fun? I want to see Eddie Guerrero get involved. That's what I want to see. We do know that Andre the Giant has an opportunity at the WWE World title. He beat Triple H last Friday. So Andre the Giant will be getting a match against Triple H at some point. He will be getting a shot at the WCW World title at some point. We just don't know who it's going to be against. Triple H will be defending his WCW title at Clash of Champions against Ric Flair. So,